Two boys, same name, same city, but two completely different destinies. One becomes a decorated soldier, best-selling author, and governor. The other ends up behind bars for life. This is not just a story. It's a powerful lesson about choices, opportunity, and the thin line between success and tragedy. This is the unbelievable true story of Wes Moore. Wes Moore's life story unfolds like a powerful narrative that blurs the line between destiny and decision. A story that begins on October 15, 1978, in Tacoma Park, Maryland, where he was born into a family that valued education, discipline, and service, yet was soon confronted by tragedy when his father, Wesley Moore, a broadcast journalist, died suddenly from acute epiglottitis when Wes was just 3 years old, leaving his mother, Joy Thomas Moore, to raise him and his sisters alone while pursuing her own education and career, a challenge that would shape both her resilience and her son's understanding of sacrifice and perseverance, as she worked tirelessly, eventually moving the family to the Bronx, New York, a place filled with both vibrant culture and harsh realities, where young Wes found himself navigating an environment defined by poverty, crime, and limited opportunity, conditions that began to influence his behavior as he struggled in school, fell into trouble, and displayed the early signs of a life that could easily veer off course, leading his mother to make one of the most difficult decisions of her life by sending him to Valley Forge Military Academy in Pennsylvania, a move that Wes initially resisted with anger and rebellion, but one that would ultimately become the turning point that redefined his path, as the strict discipline, structure, and expectations of military life slowly transformed him, teaching him accountability, leadership, and the importance of self-control, allowing him to channel his energy into something productive, and eventually excelling both academically and as a cadet leader, laying the foundation for the man he would become. After graduating, Wes earned a ROTC scholarship to Johns Hopkins University, where he studied international relations and economics, expanding his worldview and deepening his interest in global issues and leadership. And following the September 11th attacks, his sense of duty intensified, leading him to serve as an officer in the United States Army, including a deployment to Afghanistan where he commanded soldiers in combat, an experience that tested his courage, decision-making, and resilience under extreme pressure, shaping his perspective on leadership and the human cost of conflict. And after completing his military service, he continued his education as a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University, where he studied international relations, further sharpening his intellectual and analytical abilities while gaining exposure to global perspectives that would later inform his work in public service and social impact. However, what truly sets Wes Moore apart is not just his achievements but the profound story he chose to tell, one that connected his life to another individual with the same name, a man from Baltimore whose life took a dramatically different turn, becoming the subject of Moore's best-selling book, Other Wes Moore, a deeply moving exploration of how two people with similar beginnings can end up in vastly different circumstances due to choices, environment, and opportunity. A narrative that resonated with millions and positioned Moore as a powerful voice on issues of inequality, education, and social justice, leading him to become a prominent author, speaker, and advocate, as well as the CEO of the Robin Hood Foundation, one of the largest anti-poverty organizations in the United States, where he worked to address systemic challenges and create opportunities for underserved communities, demonstrating his commitment to turning his personal story into meaningful action. His journey then took a historic turn when he entered politics, running for governor of Maryland and winning the election in 2022, becoming the first Black governor in the state's history, a milestone that symbolized both personal achievement and broader social progress, as he brought his experiences, values, and vision into public office, focusing on issues such as education, economic development, and social equity, and continuing to inspire countless individuals with his message that circumstances do not define destiny, that leadership is rooted in service, and that every life has the potential for transformation when given the right support and opportunities. Throughout his life, Wes Moore has embodied the idea that success is not a straight line but a series of choices, challenges, and turning points, each one shaping the path forward. And his story serves as both a cautionary tale and a source of hope, reminding us that the difference between two lives can hinge on a single decision, a single mentor, or a single moment of intervention, and that even in the face of adversity, it is possible to rise, to lead, and to make a lasting impact on the world. making his life not just a biography but a powerful testament to the enduring strength of human potential and the transformative power of purpose, discipline, and compassion.